Saturday, July 11th. What a lazy day. I slept in. Well, the dog monster back here, she wanted to go for early morning walks. So we did that, but then I came back home and went back to sleep. Uh, just had a chill day. Did try to exercise this afternoon. We did about 2.5 miles, but with the temperatures so hot and the temperature heat index in the 100-degree mark, it was very difficult. I walked to Craddock Park. By the time I got there, I was like, I need water. Thank God they have a water fountain there with the big warning signs, but the dog needed it too. Rest a little bit there and then walk back. And then I just finished giving her another little walk now. So today was spent walking the dog and trying to get some sort of exercise in. For those who are keeping track, COVID cases continue being, well over 1,100 per day on average now for this last week here in Dallas, and federal emergency personnel is coming to help with Parkland Hospital since it's getting inundated with COVID-19 cases in the emergency room and in the hospital. The majority under 39 here in Dallas County. That number still continues to increase of the younger people coming down with the illness and going to the hospital. Was going to try to get together with my mother this weekend, but it's so hot, and since I don't go inside her condo, we sit outside. She was like, can we just not sit outside because it's so hot, and tomorrow the temperature heat index is supposed to be in the upper hundreds, not upper hundreds, but over 100 again, and she's like, I just don't want to sit out there. And I don't want to go inside her condo because, I'm trying to keep her homes as sterile as possible. So here I am at COVID-19, middle-aged gay man, single. I tried. Facebook has a dating app. Yes. I thought, well, that should work because, Facebook I've been on Facebook for 11 years and, they know me because I know they look at, all my postings, and the computers have figured out algorithms. And I put the parameters of, what I'm interested in, the age range of the person and that I'd be interested in dating, and answered a few questions. And so I went ahead and enrolled in it. I did this a few weeks ago. So I've gotten some response, but it's weird. I keep matching up with people that would be a good match because Facebook is actually doing a good job of suggesting people that I go, well, I think we have something in common. So I say, Mark, I'm interested. And sometimes that person responds that they're interested too. And then we start to chat. And most people just say, hi, how are you? Or I like your picture. And I can't quite ever engage anybody in a conversation. So I don't know if they're just as awkward as I am, or I'm just giving off the wrong vibe. I try commenting something about their picture and try to, make a comment about, hey, where was that taken? Or, oh, I've been there. That's really cool. Or, oh, I see you're making, somebody was cooking something. And I said, oh, that looks really good. And so do you like to cook? And they're like, yes. And then you're just like, well, so what all do you like to cook? Different things. It's like trying to pull teeth, trying to get this conversation going. So I've had zilch luck on Facebook dating app. I still keep getting matches. Sometimes people will hit me up and go, hey, how are you? I saw your picture. And it's like, hey, try to engage in conversation. And it just doesn't happen. So I was thinking that might have been a good source to meet people because the matches seem to be appropriate matches because they tend to match people that have similar interests than me, but just trying to get any kind of conversation going is almost impossible. Maybe 2 or 3 back and forth, and then that's it. And then I never hear from the person again. So, or I approach someone up and they respond back, and they comment how Facebook matched us, and then the conversation just dies. So, no dating for me, not even virtually. I've never really tried another dating app, so I don't know how that works. Years ago, I had a friend who suggested, and actually he helped me create the profile for what was, I thought, a dating app, but it was really a hookup app, and I've never been able to delete it. So, and I'm not into the hookup culture, so I'm still out there on that app because I never could figure out how to take myself out of it or erase myself from it. So, yeah, so dating is not really happening for me or having much success. And even just trying to engage anybody for a possible conversation. Of course, going out to meet somebody would be difficult since I'm too paranoid to go to restaurants. But, I was thinking maybe I could find somebody. Maybe we could do since I walk the dog, go walk in the park, or, do an activity we could keep some distance from each other, but still get to meet each other. But as I say, it ain't happening. No luck. So I've never been really good at dating. I have to say, usually most of my experience has been people approached me versus me approached them. Because the few times I've approached people, it just nothing ever happened. But when people approach me, then it does. That's just in the past dating history. But I've not dated that many people in my life. Keep in mind, I was in a relationship for 17 years, so you have that. But dating is just not something I'm not. Once I'm dating somebody, I'm really good at it, but somehow they're getting it started is where I always have a hard time. Is this normal? Maybe it's not that I'm that picky, but I also know how to recognize red flags. I mean, I did go on a date once with somebody who pretty much almost ignored me the entire time. I was like, okay. On that one dating app, though, that my friend helped me set up, I did go out to meet somebody because we communicated and we texted back and forth and messaged each other. And this went on for a couple of weeks, and I thought, well, okay, it's time to meet this person live. And so we decided to go to La Madeleine, which is a French cafe bistro not too far from me, literally like across the street and one block down. And so we agreed to meet there. And he did look like his profile picture, and he commented, "You look just like your profile picture." Well, I try not to lie. I guess people do, but anyhow. So, and this is one of those places where you kind of like go through it's sort of like a cafeteria line, because you actually go through this thing and you order the food and then they bring it to your table. So he went first, and then for whatever reason, they were having a hard time ringing what I ordered up, so I was delayed a minute or two longer at the cash register. And so he's sitting there at the table, and finally get through. And as I'm walking with my little tray, with my salad on it, to the table, he says, I can so see us together. Now, keep in mind, this is our first date. We're finally meeting in person. And he says, I could so see us together. I was like, oh, okay. Well, thank you. And sit down. And then he proceeds to say, no, but you don't understand. I do see us together. Like, you could move into my home. And I'm like, well, I have my own place. And he's like, no. You would have to move into my home. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, we're on our first date and you're talking about that I would have to move into your home. Let's get to know each other a little bit more. And then he proceeded to tell me, now I know you do this whole theater thing and you have a theater company and you do acting and all that. I was like, yes. And that's what I do, and I'm also an interpreter. And he said, well, the whole theater thing and the acting thing, you'd have to quit that because I would not want to date somebody who does that. And I'm like, well, I've had a theater company for, over a decade. He's like, no, well, it doesn't matter because no. And I'm like, well, this date is not going well because he's now telling me I have to move in with him. I have to quit what has been my passion my entire life because I've been doing acting since I was 15. And it so happens that my friend Douglas Adams, who I adore, he's one of my best friends, and I miss not seeing him, happens to call me at that moment. And I see my phone rings and I go, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take this. So now Douglas Adams has been partnered with his partner for a long time, but we've been best of friends for, since 1999, I think was actually when we met. So we've known each other for quite some time. And so I answer the phone and I go, so Doug, what's up? Why are you calling me? Something wrong with the theater? And Doug is like, what? I was just calling to see if you're doing anything tonight. Do you want to get together and have dinner and go out for a drink or something? And I was like, no, what's going on exactly in the theater? And he's like, why are you asking me this? And I said, so what's going on? And he said, oh, well. And then he goes, are you on a bad date right now? And I'm like, yes. Because the guy can't hear what Douglas is saying to me. And he goes, do you need me to get out of it? And I go, uh-huh. And then all of a sudden Douglas yells, the theater's on fire. And he says it loud enough. So now this guy, who I'm having date, can sort of hear that. And he's like, you got to get your ass up here immediately. I mean, now, like right now, the firemen are here. They're going to be able to put it up. But oh my God, you got to get up here immediately. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, well, I'll head on over there right now. And I looked at him and the guy was like, something happened. I heard something about a fire. And he's like, yes, there's a fire in the building where my theater's at, and I need to get up there. I said, oh my God. And it was like, I need to leave. I am so sorry. We'll touch base later. Bye. And I was like, call me or text me later. He actually never did. But my friend Douglas Adams, I love him purely because he got me out of that situation. He sensed something was up. And I love the fact I was like, are you on a bad date? Do you need me to get you out of it? And the theater's on fire. Oh, that's why you have great friends. And to me, he is one of my best friends. We were joking earlier in the year with the whole COVID thing and what was going on in Italy. It was like, because he and I said that for our 40th birthday, because we almost had the same birthday and we're the same age, that we would go to Italy. We ditch our partners, because he has his partner and I had my partner at the time. We ditch our partners and he and I would go on a vacation to Italy. And of course, it never happened. And then we said, when we turn 50, we'll do it. And of course, that didn't happen. And so earlier this year, he texted me out of the blue and said, I hear flights to Italy are cheap. And probably hotels too. Do you want to do it for our birthday this year? Kind of as a joke, because there's no way we were going to go, and of course they closed the travel. But it's like, I know Italy must be really cheap to vacation in right now. So that's why you have great friends. Anyway, so that's one of my stories of my dating past and attempting to date as a middle-aged gay man. Oh, I really would like to date somebody. I don't necessarily have to have somebody living with me. But to hang out with them, be snuggle buddy, that would be kind of nice. But of course, with COVID-19, I'd have to make sure they get tested to make sure that they're not a carrier or asymptomatic. Anyway, I hope you have a good evening if you watch this tonight, and if you watch it during the day, tomorrow, or good morning or good afternoon. And don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell. I had a couple more subscribers, so thank you for the people that just subscribed. Thank you so very much. I'm getting closer to 70. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So please subscribe if you watch any of these videos. I appreciate it, and you'll enjoy it. And ring the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, have a good one. Bye.